stole my heart, you intercepted it. Now you're gone, have to accept it. Did I meet your mom too soon? Or did I do what I always do? Yeah, we made it to the 50, and then you kissed me. We made it to the 40, a new love story. We made it to the 30, and you did me dirty right then. You put the end in tight end, and as I touched down, just like you in a game, I'm in another town, and nothing feels the same. Wish I could go back when we met that day. Oh, whoa, and throw a flag on the play.
German sits with a grin so wide. Pogs on the table can't hide his pride. Creator in the corner starts to glare. Madness sparks and hate fills the air. Stack 'em high, a tower of luck. Germans winning, it feels like pluck. Alice Matt's fury, a brewing storm. Visions of pogs in every form. Pogs are spinning, tables turning. Alice Matt's eyes with fierce fire burning. Germans' laughter echoes loud in a world that's pog-bound proud. Matt sees and he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. And he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Alas, my fumes can't take no more. Pogs and slammers hit the floor. It's not about the game you see, it's about what fun could be. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann. Das nie gewinnen, enden Mann.
You're watching Alizmat the Shadow Band.
You're watching Indie Comic Outliers with Alizmat the Shadow Band. Bailaremos bajo la luna en la noche sin fin.
Je m'appelle Lolita, Lolita.
Et quand je donne ma langue au chat, je vois les autres. Tout prêt à se jeter sur moi, c'est pas ma faute à moi. Si j'entends tout autour de moi, hello Elite, moi Lolita. C'est pas ma faute. Et quand je donne ma langue au chat, je vois les autres. Tout prêt à se jeter sur moi, c'est pas ma faute à moi. Si j'entends tout autour de moi, hello Elite, moi Lolita. C'est pas ma faute. Et quand je donne ma langue au chat, je vois les autres. Tout prêt à se jeter sur moi, c'est pas ma faute à moi. Si j'entends tout autour de moi, hello Elite, moi Lolita. C'est pas ma faute. Et quand je donne ma langue au chat, je vois les autres. Tout prêt à se jeter sur moi, c'est pas ma faute à moi. Si j'entends tout autour de moi, hello Elite, moi Lolita. C'est pas ma faute. Et quand je donne ma langue au chat, je vois les autres. Tout prêt à se jeter sur moi, c'est pas ma faute à moi. Si j'entends tout autour de moi, hello Elite, moi Lolita.
There's a drawer somewhere full of that shit.
You know, it's like this. It's like my, you know, and he's right. Absolutely right. But this is how I rate a book. And I did it to a Lasmat. I got through like 12 pages of a book and I put it down. I haven't read it. I still haven't finished it. I was like, yeah, that's a pretty good book, man. He's like, what? And I'm like, I don't need to read anymore. It was good. It was good. I got through like 2 pages of Shane's Inglorious Rex and I was like, this is shit. Can't do it.
That's high praise, folks. That's high praise.
That's if I can't even, you know, because don't expect. I'm probably not going to finish your book, especially if there's a lot of words in it. I'm not going to
Words
finish
are hard.
it.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, they're hard, man.
You're watching Indie Comic Outliers with Alismat the Shadow Band.
evening, everybody. Good evening. Hello. Yes, my camera is obviously not working. Again. Again. Again, it's not working. But you guys can hear me because I see the bar. So it's clearly working. See, all I gotta do is I gotta just do the thing. I gotta do the thing right to go like over here, the OBS thing, and then back to the. Oh wait. Okay, yeah. So my USB is messing up on me. It's dumb. So I'm gonna have to put the Road Warrior Drake thing for now, just for now, until I figure out how to get the damn thing working again. But it'll be a quick fix. It's always a quick fix. It's always a quick fix because I'm not that much of a poor. Regardless of what people say about me, I'm not that much of a poor. I really am not. So it will work. It will work again. I promise on the name of Allah. It'll work again. Hallelujah or something. I don't know. Anyway, how's everybody today? Good to see everybody here. And so the USB is up and running. I'll hit the button again, and then we will. I am talking color form. I'm talking. You shut your mouth. I see what you wrote there. I see what you wrote there. So you stop it, color form. Stop it. I heard the bloop. I heard the bloop. You know what that means, right? You know what that means when I hear the bloop? It means the USB should be up and I think it should be up and running. Let's see. The H key is not running. The USB is not running. There, if I do this, if I do the thing and then come back and then do that, and yeah, it's doing the thing. So it's gonna be one of those shows where I won't be able to put the camera on for now. This sucks, but it's okay. It's okay. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm worth it. I'm worth it, people. I'm absolutely worth it. So I don't want to hear out of your mouths that I'm not, because I am. I'm absolutely worth it. I heard that sound too. Damn it. I'm going to close this up here. Close up there we go. Okay. Close up the damn browser and open it back up again. Okay. There we go. Awesome. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. And I'm going to open up all the tabs anew. It may ask me to restore. And I think maybe, let me see, close here. Yeah, I got to close some windows. A bunch of windows. Because YouTube does that thing where it's like it'll play some audio for for a hidden window. Yeah, it's very insane like that. So yeah, it shouldn't. There we go, activate. There we go. There we go. Okay, I think I see me now. I see me now. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is I, yours truly. Hello. Okay, I told you I'd fix it. I'm a wizard like that. See, I'm a useful Pock. I'm a logical Pock. I'm a practical Pock. So I make it work. So now that you all can see me and I can see you, we can now make the hellos and the greetings formal. So JB Stylus has something very interesting in chat, and I'm glad he said it. Just like me, and I thought I was the only one on the globe, but just like me, he couldn't read much of Watchmen. And I thought it was me. I thought maybe it's just my what do you call it? My what do they call that? PTSD? Not PTSD. What is that? When like you want to just move furniture around, but you just have to. It's that compulsive and ODD. My ODD. Okay, my ODD was catching up to me. I don't know, but I got to like 20 pages of the Watchmen. What's what's the good one? ADD. Oh, no, I don't know if it's ADD. Was it ADD? I don't think I have ADD. Maybe I do. I don't know, but okay, well, whatever it is, I think I passed 20 pages of The Watchmen, and I thought it was me, but as J.A.B. Styler confirmed, it's not me, okay? And that book was a lot of exposition, and it's like, get to the plot already. So it's like, whatever. Yeah, The Watchmen is a book that I have to put on my list of overrated books. I mean, again, I know people like it. It's influential for the wrong reasons, but it's influential. So, sure. It's a classic, I guess. But I just find it overrated myself, personally. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. Even though I did enjoy Zack Snyder's film version, the director's cut of Watchmen was actually pretty solid. And I think I prefer that over the comic version. But still, I recognize the importance of Watchmen, but for me, I couldn't read past a certain page. I said, you know what? I give up. I can't. So I'm so glad I'm not the only one. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We have Manticore, aka Manti, typing whatever nonsense in the chat. I see what you wrote there, Manty. I saw what you wrote there, and I'm reading it. I ain't reading it. Not today, not ever. Ever. Never Nugan. Linkovich in the chat. What's going on, Linkovich? He says, Vicky said you're really short. You know what's funny? She wasn't talking all that shit in person. She was not. She was very timid in person. So I'm here, and she's like right there in terms of height. So you know, but no, I'm 5'7". I'll get the what do you call it? I will get the tape measure, and I'll prove to you naysayers. I'll prove to you guys, and that will make you put your spears down. You will put your spears down. So there you go. Tomothy in the chat says no. Yes, Tomothy. Yes, we have Batline Raptor. Who's Batline Raptor? Is that supposed to be rhetorical in one of his aliases? Batline Raptor. He's got a show on Sunday. No, Hen. That's not a pink shirt. This is black. Hen, this is an African American shirt, okay? This is clearly African American. There's no pink in this one. Never. Never, even Nugan. I have nothing in my wardrobe that's pink. My lovely Lady Shadow Band in the chat. How's it going? You have KSS Kissy, actually being normal for a change. No, I wore the shirt today. Kissy. I didn't have to change nothing. This is my today's shirt. This is my today's shirt. Who else have I not said hi to? Oh, we have Michael Bancroft in the chat. How you doing? It's not pig Bancroft. It's African American. Okay, it's an Abo shirt. This is Abo. Okay, not salmon. Abo. Who else is in the chat? We have Outlaw DX, aka Mood of Hell Helmet, who is being very mean to me in the chat. Very, very horrifically mean. That's not right of you to do that. It's really not. Why can't you make the Germans that come to Boston and drink up all our beer and love this country? You shouldn't be mean to me. I don't wear pink shirts. I never do. Who else is in the chat that I've not said hi to? I said hi to KSS Kisrillis. We have Massive Panda, my top lieutenant, Massive Panda, in the chat. Yes, he's my top lieutenant. We met in person, therefore he's my bro. So he's my top lieutenant. So if you guys are mean to Massive Panda, I'm gonna have to start doing some things, and I just don't want to. Andrea Curry's in the chat. How you doing, Andrea? Good seeing you in the chat. Okay, before I begin today's show, I got great news, and this is incredible news. I got two pieces of incredible news. Okay, first piece of news for those of you that backed Pumpkin War Patch issues 1 and 2. Remember when I put out the update saying that because of the price that it would cost to print and ship and all that stuff, I was going to just do the digitals until I got to issue 12? I was just given a quote for an excellent deal for the books. And yes, I already put I's, cross the T's, I dotted the I's. The physical copies for issues 1 and 2 are going to happen. 100%. And I will be doing the Kickstarters then for each issue, and there will be physicals. Shout out to Zay Comics. They're helping me out here. So yes, Zay Comics is helping me out with the print cost for the printing for Pumpkin War Patch issues 1 and 2, and I'll be using them for the next few issues up until issue 12. So this is great news. I'm so glad for that because I know some of you had wanted the physicals, and it's coming. And also because of the rates, the next let me do the math. The next 9 issues are going to be a little lesser price than the first 2. So this is actually great news. Mazapan is excellent news, last Matt. Glad to hear you're going to print. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to having it just so I can have some extra copies to sell at the cons. So I'm really looking forward. I'm very happy about this. This is actually great news. I'm sure the backers are going to love this. So I want to thank the backers for being patient with me, and your patience is going to be rewarded. You're going to get some, and just to give you an idea what it'll look like. Here's my copy of Magic Cop by the Zayd brothers. So, decent cover. Actually, a pretty good quality cover, and the newsprint. It smells like no, it doesn't smell like newsprint, but it feels like newsprint, and it's got the newsprint look to it because it's newsprint. Oh fuck! All that newsprint. Oh, nice. Okay. Good night, everybody. I know. Okay. No, I would have sworn off. She wanted to. I would have called it a night, and there you go. So yeah, so you get Pumpkin War Patch printed on newsprint, and it's gonna be great. I can't wait to get it. So yeah, so that is good news number 1. Mazapan is. Yes, I want the Zay Comics. I went to the Zay Comics table at HeroesCon. Very professional dudes. I actually grabbed the quite a few comics from them. I think I got the same comic as well. Yeah, I got the first 4 issues of Magic Cop. That was one of the earlier CG books that I didn't get to back that I wanted to back, but didn't get to back it. Now I got it. Now I got the first 4 issues, so um, that's gonna be a great read to have. So I'm not a weirdo, Helmet. I'm a human being. Bleed blood, red blood. I breathe oxygen like you do. I occupy the earth. We're global neighbors. You respect me, Helmet. You respect me. I just get good news about my comics to people, and you're gonna shit on me? No, you're not gonna. Not today. Not ever. Mood of hell. You ain't gonna shit on me. Not today. This is excellent news for the comic book community. We're gonna have physical copies of Pumpkin War Patch. It's gonna happen. And it's gonna get shipped out. People are gonna love it. KSS Elasmat, stop. I told you not to be stupid, you moron. We were friends! 3 minutes ago, Kissy. We were friends. You called me a good friend in chat. Now you're gonna throw shade on me and call me stupid and a moron? Kissy! I'm ready with the bullshit, Kissy. Already! Can't ever be nice to you people. You want to be nice to you. You want to come at me with the spears of bullshit all the time. But not tonight, though. I'm happy tonight. And with my top lieutenant, Master Panda, we're gonna spend up all your spears. You ain't gonna chuck any spears at us successfully. We got the shield of agape against you people. It's gonna happen. So for you, Kissy, you've been agape'd. So I agape you, Kissy. Receive it. You've been agape'd. Now I got Gifford in the chat warning me, issue me threats. I have until Tuesday or a strike is incoming. This is your warning. Oh, okay. Okay, you want to strike me? Do it. Strike me. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put up a GoFundMe for my life. And people are going to pay me. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to invest. And we're going to laugh at you, Gifford. I'm important and relevant. I'm significant in this space. I mean something. So go ahead and try it. Naga KSS saying he called the FBI and me. He says, I told him I found a man that I believe has been stealing staples from the American people for months. I didn't work at Staples, Kissy. I didn't work at Staples. That's right, Master Panda. You get those agapes ready right now. Kissy's the first one. Give him the agape. He needs it. So that was good news number one. Pumpkin War Patch, the physicals for each floppy will happen, and it's gonna and it will be it's set in stone by next week. The first good news. Second good news is, and I've been talking about this for months, but by next week I will be approving some proofs for the anniversary edition of Street Champion Road Warrior Drake. Yes, my first book, the first Road Warrior Drake book, the first book that I ever printed and published. There will be an anniversary edition, and I talked to you about this. 30 plus pages of supplemental material featuring older artwork, the explanation of the process that went involved, some insights of mine, as well as some original artwork that I did in my streams that's going to be printed in that edition. So you're gonna have the stipple drawing of Drake that I did on stream. That's going to be printed in the anniversary edition, among other things. I also have a little blurb on the time that Will read with Quitless and Wiggle reviewed my book. That's on there. As well as a draw stream I did back in 2021 when I was drawing one of the drawings for Road Warrior Drake. That drawing is in that book too, as well as a blur from the chat of people complimenting my art style. That's in there too as well. So by next week it'll be available. It should be available, and it'll be available on Amazon. That's right. So on Amazon, you place the order, it's print to go. So there's no wait time. Okay, so it'll be ready, print to go on Amazon by hopefully by next week. I'm just waiting for the proofs, which I was told will be ready for me to see by next week. No. Okay, Moon of Hell, that guy's stuff is not being touched. No. So his shit doesn't exist. It's out. Done. You're not gonna see any of that. None of that's gonna be mentioned in the anniversary edition. So absolutely not. Absolutely not. So yeah. So it'll be on Amazon, and there'll be the regular size version. You'll get a hardcover version. You'll get the digest version. The only one you won't get is a manga version, but the manga, if you that'll still be printed, but it won't be it won't have the anniversary edition. It'll just be the manga version, which I did not even think about including that in the anniversary edition. I'll get into it. I probably should. I'll talk to him in a bit. So anyway, So yeah, so that'll be on Amazon next week. Hopefully. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, those are the two good newses that I got for the uh what's going on my end. Elasmac Comics. Yes, we're making stuff happen. We're making stuff happen. I'm looking forward to more stuff as I prepare for my event happening at the drive-in theater in my area next month, and then most likely in October I'll be going to South Carolina for the Comic Con there, among other things. So yeah, looking forward to a great time and doing more local conventions. So looking forward to what's up ahead. What's up ahead? Okay, let's see. We're done with the chat for now. Um, Wait, did I inspire the stream topic? Where's Mario Wars to give? Okay, so in Giefer's defense, this is the only time I give him a reward, a Scooby snack. The only time I give Giefer a Scooby snack. Yes, he and I had a conversation in our DM room, and the topic of legacy came up, and I'm like, you know what? That'd be a good thing to talk about because a lot of people in the space actually have some things to say about that. It's okay. I was thinking about talking about Bill Watterson for Calvin and Hobbes. This is my copy of the compendium of Calvin and Hobbes that I got at HeroesCon by the Comic Appreciation Project. Here they are right here. This is a great organization. You buy a book, and they actually will sell two books, one to you and one to a charity for children. So if you buy a book from them, you actually are buying for yourself and for a child in need. So this is awesome. So this is great. And then you get to fill out a card and everything. So I was thinking about doing with Bill Watterson. I was thinking, let me read this or some of this, and this is getting some of the material for the stream. I'll hold off on Bill Watterson, and I'll just decide. I'll talk about legacy. Legacy. Let me just check the chat for a second. Um, Dan says, Elizabeth, I was going through your IMDb page and looking at your pictures on there. What the hell happened to you? I grew up, Kizzy. I grew up. I fine wine. I grew up to be really good. I'm fine wine, even if you're not. I'm fine wine. So many people in the chat are jealous. You're jealous because I'm succeeding. I'm growing with ignorance, significance, and influence. Actually, you know what? Ignificance is actually not a bad word. Ignorance? No, ignorance. Yes, I had the ignorance. I made up a new word, ignorance, and I'm going to put that in the Urban Dictionary. The new word is ignorance, and that means significance and influence, and I have both. So there you go. We have Bats in the chat. He says, yo, what's going on, Bats? Good seeing you in the chat. Hail to you. Batline Raptor says, Eliza, my friend, we're all tired of your shit. Well, you may go now, Batline Raptor. Goodbye. See you later. I can't tell that's Raptor's fault or was somebody else masquerading as a Raptorical. There is, we have to talk to him and get him out of here because the FBI is watching us now and they need to see that we're all real. We're not bots here. None of us are. Or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, just saying that. But no, we don't dox here. We are all respecting people's identity. Even if you don't respect my identity, even if you hate my identity, I respect you. Why? Why do I respect your identity? Because I agape you. You've been agape today. Receive the agape. It's yours. Can I email Amazon and request them not to sell it to Gifford? No, you may not. You may not. I'm sorry, but it's happening. It's happening. Kaz says, Eliza, bat sauce is here. His reviews are violent. First of all, they haven't got bat sauce anymore. It's Baz. And second of all, yes, his reviews are more violent than people's handshakes. This is a fact. Matter of fact, Baz's reviews have divided the community. He's a community divider because of his reviews. You've heard of weaponized reviews? Yeah, weaponized reviews is all bats. So yeah. So Eliza calls me kissy in private. Kaz says, why would you put that in the public? I'm going to think the worst of you now. People think that we're doing pill talk and emails, not exchanging private and confidential information. What's wrong? Why do you put shit like that out there in the Ethernet? Why do you do that, Kizzler? Why do you do that? And now I got people in the chat pressing X to doubt that I exist. No, I'm real. I occupy carbon space in this planet. I'm real. But there's people that just want to see what they want to see, and they want to believe what they want to believe, and doubt my existence, and doubt my ignificance. My ignificance. That's the word, ignificance. You want to doubt my... Is it ignificance or ignificance? My ignificance. I think it's ignificance, right? Yeah, it's ignificance. That's the word, ignorance. You want to doubt my ignorance, but guess what? You can't doubt it because it exists. My ignorance is potent. It's absolute potency, as I've displayed earlier in the beginning of the stream. So, yes, it's true. Oh, no. Okay, now we got Jabba in the chat. Jabba, okay, stop violating my terms of service, Jabbage. Stop it. Because now you got Manty following you now. Stop it. Just absolutely stop it. This is insane that you're doing this. Like, do you not have any self awareness? Are you really that insane? Are you really that full of whatever, Jabbage, or one thing or another? I don't know. Anyway, is what it is, right? It is what it is with you people. Absolutely is what it is you people. It's fine though. It's fine. I agape you, Jabbage. You understand what I'm saying, right? I agape you. You've been agape. So I give you the agape, receive it, and may it benefit you, may it give you glory and honor and lots of edification. Not because you deserve it, but because I bestow it upon you. So I hope absolutely for fact, Javich, that it has benefited you. And if it doesn't, I don't care. I'm sleeping good tonight. I don't really care. I had tacos, so nuts to you and whatever you stand for because I exist and I'm real every day of the week, 100% of the time. You understand that, right, Jabbage? And the rest of you people in the chat, you understand that, right? I need to make sure that we understand that. Because if we don't understand that, that's a problem. And it's going to continue to be a problem until you get it through your skulls. All y'all, get it through your skulls. Every single one of you. Anyway, so, okay. Yeah, so me and Giefer were having a conversation in DMs as I was thinking about who to cover tonight. And I said, you know what? Let me do a general topic tonight. And the topic is about legacy. What do I mean by legacy? Well, some of you on the chat can relate to this. Because we all got together because of this nice little movement called Comicsgate, right? And we were thinking, oh, it's gonna be the next greatest in comic movement. It's gonna be inspiring because we're gonna have all new ideas, all new characters, all new worlds, reading, all the stuff. And it's like, yeah, it's just gonna be exciting. And I would say from 2018 which is when it became the movement of indie comics. 2018, so it's 8 years. So in 8 years, the conversation that has existed has nothing to do with the characters, the stories, nothing. It's who's fighting who, which creator is doxing the other creators, and vice versa. Which customers are threatening violence with each other? Which creators are calling the FBI? Uh, which creators are crying about handshakes? You see where we're at right now? Which creators getting blackmailed with sex? This is where we're at right now in this space, right? That's the conversation, not the characters currently in printed form, which is very little. And guys like Graham Nolan and um, who else? Well, Graham Nolan in particular, like he had put out a bunch of books, and to his credit, the books themselves are well reviewed, and he delivers them in a timely fashion. But it seems like months after they get crowdfunded, there isn't much conversation about them. There isn't much conversation about these books and long term YouTube conversations, live streams about them, and keeping the characters alive in the space. It's that conversation is not there. It's nothing. It's not there. And you go to a convention like Heroes Con, right? And you go to some tables that will sell stuff by Jeff Smith or Bill Watterson, right? Books that people still talk about, books printed decades after the fact, and coming out in various editions in various formats. And like this is the conversation that's missing here. And a lot of indie creators don't understand that. And I'm not just talking about people like Graham Nolan and the rest of those people. Let's talk about like the average run of the mill guy who comes up and says, "Hey, I have an idea. Let me write this book out and get somebody to draw the book for me, and then I'll make $1 billion." And that doesn't happen. And because why? Because they're not looking. They're looking at now. They're looking to make money now. They're looking to make the super chats now. They're looking to get the validation now. And yes, Bancroft, we need more werewolf stories. By the way, I looked up 2 episodes of the Creep Show with werewolves, and they look pretty solid. So I gotta watch them with Lady Shadowban. So that's gonna be the plan. To watch 2 episodes of Creep Show with the werewolves. and I got them from reading the book that she got me. So yes, woohoo, she says. So yeah, we gotta uh, have a date night for that. Um, but yeah, no one's talking about these books at all past the funding period. And meanwhile, again, you go to a convention and you got a bunch of people all over the floor, right? All over the floor, excited about the books that they're seeing on the tables, excited about the artwork that's being sold by these individual independent artists, excited about the tchotchkes, excited about the merch. There's even one person, and I had seen him 2 years in a row. And Prime himself, when he was like, was very in awe about this person, and he was giving me ideas. This guy who had his own independent comic with his own creator, own character, who made merch out of that character, and he had a TV screen displayed with his cartoons, whatever. And I'm like, I gotta up my game. I totally gotta up my game. Yes, Minecraft, I think it's time I dip into the Lucian because it took me a minute before I got myself a copy of Fiendish, this is Volume One, after years of people critically acclaiming it. So I think maybe I should start getting into the Lucians. So it possibly may have to be that. I um I was reading Ron Coleman's Phenomenova and Twitless's Omega Girl. So I'm kind of getting back again. I mentioned this in my stream on Monday, but people don't understand. I was a big backer in this space. I backed a lot of books, and I threw away a lot of books because A, the creators sucked, and B, I'm not rewarding bad behavior by any of them anymore. And I'm just being quiet about it for now, but I'm not rewarding bad behavior. So I'm only sticking to a select few people that I can trust, who actually put out good books and are not going to be an asshole to me. And that number is very limited. But yeah, I threw money down on a lot of these creators. So I didn't just come in here and say, "Hey, I have a book to sell." No, I came in here with that plus streaming and backing projects. So I actually walked the walk in this space. Let me see. Someone made a comment there. Linkovich says, "How hard is it to sell your unknown $25 plus books alongside more well-known and more affordable books?" Um, Believe it or not, at a place like Heroes Con, if you have a decent enough pitch and a reasonable price, they will buy your stuff. I've seen it. I've experienced it. Heck, I didn't have a table at Heroes Con, and I sold some stuff. So I had a great time just because I sold and bought and everything, including my awesome Captain America figure from the Marvel Legends line. This is from the Ultimate Captain America. Actually, it's one of my favorite Captain America designs because of the boots. I think this design and the Captain America First Avengers design are my favorite Captain America designs. So, but even though I had this is from the Mafex line, even though I had this Captain America figure from the movie, I kind of had an affinity for the classic design from the comic, so I can't say no to that. So yeah, let's see. I'm reading the chat right now. Uh, Manti is impressed by my what is it, composure? Yes, I have composure. I have lots and lots of composure. Absolutely, 100%. Michael Bancroft says critics say it's lucentastic. What the? That's almost like someone saying selling a hamburger and saying it's burgerific. It's burgerific. I need to pick. I gotta drink 2 cans of beers for that one. So when I pitch it and say it's lucentastic, I actually am convinced that what I'm saying has some kind of genuine authenticity. Lucentastic. Imagine me going out in the street and saying, "Hey, this tomato is lucentastic." You know what they're gonna do to me? They're gonna beat my ass up because they don't think I said a slur. That's what that means. And I don't got money for a hospital visit, so that ain't gonna happen. Not today, not ever, or maybe someday, but not today. Anyway, we have a earwig, earwigs, Mad Love. That's it. Earwigs, Mad Love. Earwig is Mad Love, I guess. Anyway, um, Elizabeth going full comic beard. What is next? Long hair, a desire to become a wizard and live in northern England. Maybe have a few comic books, meet up with hippies and make books. Hey, hippies know how to party. I will go down and break bread with hippies. The older ones, not the younger generation, not the millennial hippies, but the older hippies. I'll break bread with them. Yeah. So yeah. Or it'll be fun. And then when I get back, I gotta remember to take a nice, long, deep shower afterwards. So anyway, we have Carl D. 541 says, thought provoking. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. KSS says, Alaska, what was it? Wait, okay. You said something and the chat went away. Okay, I chat went away. It's too many words. I can't. Anyway, um, wait. Sovereign verily. Okay, we have a new person. Sovereign verily says, greetings, chat. Greetings. Manticore told me the individual that runs the channel has a head shaped like a peanut. My facial scanner can confirm the accuracy of that statement. I have a skull, a regular human skull. Sovereign verily, human skull. But I got to go to the people over there and actually get the proof that this is an actual shaped skull. Are you serious? Okay, so I come in here with Unita, and you got to come in here with that comment. You know what? You know what, Sovereign Verily? I give you agape. You've been agape today, okay? So for that, I'm not gonna give in to the hate. I'm gonna just agape you, and I want you to receive it. So it's yours. Have the agape. There you go. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, Mazapana confirmed. He says, right at Heroes Con, it was refreshing to talk to people like Rini and Jake Harold about art and crowdfunding, Jim Rugg about his Rambo 3.5 mini comic, and others about actual comic related stuff. Yeah, isn't it amazing? You go to a convention and people just talk about the shit that actually inspires them. They don't talk about drama on stream or piss porn or mattresses stained or what is it? Who said what about the other? It's just they're just there to buy the books they like or the merch they like and be inspired. I just they like that. They absolutely like that. See Billy Parmax. What's going on, Billy Parmax? Good seeing you there. Let's see. Have I read anything else? Okay, look at it. Link says it is nice to know some people will still support stuff they like. I bought four $35 vinyl records at a local show on Tuesday. Vinyl still sells. The vinyl records. Hey, one of my local vinyl trade shops over here, Spin Me Round. They have a whole section on vinyl records, old and new. So vinyl still sells. As a matter of fact, I think I have one of my vinyls here. I think that was given to me as a gift. Do I have it here or I have it somewhere else? I gotta find it. I think I have it upstairs. But I was given as a present years ago a vinyl record of one of the soundtracks for one of the Godzilla films. And of course, I don't have a vinyl player, but I like displaying the vinyl record because why not? It's cool. It's got a cool art design. And once I find it, I will show it to you people. But I'm too lazy to look for it now, so maybe I'll show it on the next stream. Why not? So, right? Okay, the chat's on fire, so I can't read every single chat. But shout out to you all in the chat for keeping the chat um, you know, active and alive. According to my linguistics, says Sovereign Verily, my linguistics scan, that agape was very sincere. Do better. No, that was real agape. Sovereign Verily, that was real agape. My agapes are real, and they're measurably substantial. They're measurably substantial. So you can push it back, but it's already yours. You can't give it back. Once I give it to you, you can't give it back. We have a Solangle. Shit, I can't read that word. We have Solangle. I hope I said it right. Slangle, maybe Slangle. Anyway, two more vinyl shops open 20 miles from me. There were already two there. You know what? The sound of music from vinyl is still crispier, or crisper, I should say, crisper than CDs and even like digital formats. So it's almost like film. Like 35 millimeter negative film is still sharper than your most astute or most accurate digital camera. You're getting close, but not close enough. Um, so yeah, amazing that vinyl's still going on. Um, but yeah, I'm listen. The more I do these cons, the more I'm okay with my 20 or 30 live viewers when I talk about this stuff because it's fun, it's inspiring. Hey, I came into the show today, like when I hit the go live button, I was inspired as hell after I made my deal to get the Pumpkin War Patch issues 1 and 2 printed. I'm like, wow, it can actually happen. It's amazing. It can actually happen. And for a good price and my backers are gonna get their physicals after all. So looking forward to that. And again, more merch for me to have for the con. Uh, and I'm even probably thinking maybe doing some exclusives for the con for cons coming up. So I have an idea, or actually, I was given an idea by Prime our good friend Prime Thor, for some convention exclusives of the anniversary edition of Street Champion Road Warrior Drake. So we're gonna have a lot happening, more so than I ever thought was gonna happen when I put pen to paper back in 2018. So I have come farther than anyone expected me to come, and for some people, further than they would want me to go. I'm still here, still kicking, even if you don't want me to be. He's going nowhere. His shirt says work, but he's not drunk, so it's monomachus. Listen, I am working. Hit go live button on live stream is work. That's work. As a matter of fact, if I was a Jew, I wouldn't be able to hit go live because that would be on a Sabbath. That would be me working. And in case you don't realize it, if you're a Jew on a Sabbath, you can't hit the elevator buttons to go up. No, if you ever go anywhere, you have to use what they call the Sabbath elevators. It's weird, but on a Sabbath, you have to enter an elevator, what they call the Sabbath elevators. And what those are is that they go up every single floor automatically. So if you have to go up to the 20th floor, but you can't hit the button on the elevator because that's considered a labor. I I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. You say go in these Sabbath elevators and you go to every single floor till you get to your floor. So that's why what I do is work, because if I hit the go live button, that's a work. That's labor. I'm not a Jew, but still, that's labor. So you know your place, and don't downplay my accomplishments because I have merit. Bring him to me now. Anyway, so let's see. Okay, wait, where's the tankabons? What's a tankabon? It says earwig is mad love. What's a tankabon? I don't know what a tankabon is. Um, I will not play robots with you, says Colorform. Well, then don't bother. Okay, you don't have to. Bye. Bye to you, Colorform. Bye to you. Bye to you. Giefer says shalom. Assalamu alaikum, Gifford. Assalamu alaikum to you. So, but yeah, so this conversation about legacy and long term planning, and um, it's it's missing here. And hey, you know what? It ain't my job to tell my peers um, that because they don't want to hear it, and it's fine, perfectly fine. It's just more space for me to come in and kind of seep my way into certain areas and grow my brand that way and grow my audience that way. People that want to read, that can read, because for them words aren't hard, and that's the way I want to formulate. Uh, I don't care if you're talking to colorful. I wasn't talking to you, but I will talk on you because I have ignorance. I'm an ignorant person, colorform. Don't tell me what to do in my chat ever. Neither Nugan. Know your spot. Think about just the manga format. Um, I have okay, so I do mangas. I don't know if you've been here before, but I do mangas. See, look, this is my manga version of Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake. Oh, I have it upside down. Okay. Anyway, this is the manga version of Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake, and I got the manga version of Street Champion Road Warrior Drake somewhere here. Yeah, here it is. See, look, I do mangas for my graphic novels. See? Wait a minute. Oh, that's the same book. I thought it was the first book. I don't know how that happened. It just it absolutely happened. It's just a thing. Anyway, just take my word for it. I have the first book in manga. So yeah, this is a Beast Sister Road where you drink the manga version, and there's like a manga. It reads right to left. Okay, and I update the artwork a little bit to match the manga form slightly. There's some little changes here or there, so the manga becomes its own. It's a different, unique book from the regular version. So yeah, I do Tankabon. Yes, that's Tankabon. So yes, so we call them Tankabon. Yes, so I do Tankabon versions of my graphic novels. Um, so yeah, so when I crowdfund the next Road Warrior Drake book, whether it's the next graphic novel or a floppy, if I do a floppy, I'll have these available as well. So if you haven't backed it, um, and you want to back it, or you know what, I do have some extra available. So if you want to PayPal me like $25, whatever, plus shipping, I'll send this to you. I'll send you a copy. So you let me know. But yeah, I am ever the showman. I'm ever the showman. So I am hip to the market. Tankabon, Tankabons, yes, a Tankabon edition of Street Champion Road Warrior Drake and Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake. So yes, It's pronounced manger, you hack, says Sovereign Manticore. Hi, shouldn't a manga be smaller? These are the actual manga sizes. So I think it's like 5 by 7. That's the actual size of a manga. And to prove it to you, I'm gonna take up my manga edition of this of North Star hardcover, right? And you can see it back to back. See, look. As a matter of fact, the back the I'm sorry. See, look. So this is actually slightly bigger than this, but I think yeah. So this is actually smaller than this, but this is a manga, and so is this. And my manga is the appropriate size. So yeah. So there you go. So yeah, there you go. Who? Oh, I don't know what that means, but we're talking about books. Just just a books. Chad says, I didn't realize it was smaller than a normal size comic. That's just how tiny Elasmat is. Just like, fuck you. Fuck you. So yeah. Elasmat shipping is 50 because he lives in the sticks, says Solangle. I live in the sticks? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I live in the sticks. So Elasmat is a full size graphic novel, kids. No, this is a real graphic real manga. Real version manga. I am tall. You people. I am average size. I'm perfectly average size, and my skull is a human skull. I'm not a hack. Absolutely not a hack. The last man's mailman goes 8 miles uphill both ways, says Solangle. 8 miles both ways. Wait a minute. That would put him. That would put him in New Jersey. So that's weird. So he would go into New Jersey. Would he be there to going to get my book, deliver my book? Like, how does that make sense? I'm trying to think about the logistics of that. See, when you're trying to insult me, make it make sense. The very least, when I get offended, then I can understand why I'm offended. I can't be offended if I don't know what the offense is. Make it make sense or something. I don't know. Yes, a nest is made of stick. Oh, I see what you did. I see what you did. Okay, I get it. I understand. Yeah, I get it. Okay, okay. Like I haven't heard that joke in a million times before, but I get it. That's awesome. Sure. But yeah, so that is the update on that and as well. But yeah, I'm well aware of the manga market or tankabon as you call it. So I'm well aware of that, and that has got me some sales. So more marketing, more uh, you know, reaching out to the that particular mission field. That's the word. So I am not insulted. I ain't crashing out Gifford. I'm ignorance. I'm ignorance. I'm ignorance. And I told you what that word means. Ignorance. And something to that effect. I don't know. I don't think I said I had a great gold worm. Great gold worm. Good seeing you in the chat. Hello to you, my good friend. Yes. One of the only few that doesn't chuck his spear at me. So he's one of the good ones. You people can learn from Great Gold Worm. He's one of the good ones. Is the book written backwards though, says Monomachus? See now that's a problem because how do I define backwards? See, I thought backwards is right to left, which is what a traditional manga is. But then you got the a different type of backwards, whereas like the pages like out of order and something or other. I don't know. Um, I don't know. Call me crazy, but I kind of want you to be able to read the book without having to figure out which page goes whatever. So when I say it's a traditional written manga like from right to left, it means it's right to left. So there you go. And now Sovereign Manticore. I don't crash out tall grasses. I do not do that thing. That is fake news. News that I work at Staples. All that is fake. You guys are creating myths and lore about me that doesn't exist and is not verifiable. You're in my chat. I deserve respect. You respect me. All you respect me. Every single one of you. So yeah. So we have McHugh in the chat. He says, I remind them of the D word, Daffy D word. Actually, old school Daffy Duck is actually my favorite, one of my favorites. I'm not talking about the later Daffy Duck. I'm talking about the early ones where he was batshit crazy. One of my favorite Daffy Duck cartoons was uh the Great Piggy Bank Robbery when he had that dream and he thought he was like Dick Tracy. He had all the Dick Tracy villains and that was pure gold, comedy gold right there. One of the That's the kind of cartoon that inspires my insane writing. Yes, that kind of cartoon. Um, your manga versions are basically a parody of manga. I am a real manga artist, jerk. I am a real manga artist, Gifford. I'm real. I exist, and I have ignorance. Ignorance, Gifford. Ignorance. So yeah. Is a duck just a short goose? says Carl D. First of all, okay, you guys are making me break my terms of service. I can't see the D word, but you're making me break it. Now I gotta figure out a way to edit that part out because if not, I'll get struck by YouTube. I can't say that word. Cannot say it. D word. And no, I think the D words have an issue with being compared to gooses. So you run into a problem there, Carl D, a big problem, and we want to avoid that problem, 100%. Yeah, I said gooses. Yes, I'll be persecuted later on. I know. It's not gooses, you moron. It's geese. I already know. I already know. But guess what? I gotta do what I gotta do because the chat's moving forward and they're harassing me, and I gotta put a stop to this now before it gets too late. So there you go. Yes. Uh, so is it Solango? I hope I saying it correctly. Solango says geese don't have curvy blank, unlike D words. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I can't. I don't want to pretend to know what that means. Um, Great Goworm says, I like the Daffy in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the piano scene. Yeah, that was classic old school Daffy. The very insane Daffy that was on all kinds of drugs. I love it. I love it. So that is my favorite version of Daffy Duck. D word. Daffy D. Fuck, I can't even freaking the word. Shit. You're making me break the term of service. You're making me break the term of service, all yous. Stop it. Let's get back to basics. Let's focus again, guys. Focus. Focus. Back to focus. Stop breaking Elasma's term of service. Casey, for your Sisyphus. Good for you. Excellent for you. See, I see what happened. I see what's going on in the chat right now. I came in here. I was inspired. Absolutely inspired. I was looking at my copy of Bone and Calvin and Hobbes. And I'm like, I gotta make a stream about Bill Watterson, but then I'm like, let me hold off on that one. So I want to read some of this and then do a real proper stream on Bill Watterson. And I was like, you know what? Based on my conversation with Gifford, I'll do a stream on Legacy and talk about Legacy. And of course, the news that I got with the printing of Pumpkin War Patch and then the anniversary edition of Street Champion Road Warrior Drake, I'm like, yeah, I'm inspired. I'm excited. And I brought that energy and excitement here. And you people in the chat are like, no, we gotta squash that now. We cannot have him be happy. We gotta squash it now. We gotta stop it now, or else. That's what you're trying to do. But you realize something. You realize something. I have ignorance. And you can't stop me. You can't stop this train because it's leaving the station. You can't stop me. Including you, KSS. You say to me, stop crying. I see you rubbing your eyes with your baffled, your bald, wait, your baffed, bald of tiny. That's not English, KSS. That ain't English. Don't insult me, speak English. I will not be insulted and not know what you just wrote said. That makes no sense. 0 sense. Anyway, Master Panda says Bone is awesome. I wish I had more of it. Me too. You know what? I when I learned later in my life about who Jeff Smith was and Bone, I'm like, you know what? That's in the line of the kind of comics I want to do. Just entertaining, fun as fuck, looking comics. That's it. So yeah. That's fake news, Billy Comics. I don't know what that means, but I don't do that. I'm focused. I go straight ahead. Focus. You just can't make up words every time. I can, Sovereign, and I can trademark them. I can trademark them, Nancy. You cannot squash my ignorance. You can't do it. Tonight I'm more potent than ever. I have so much ignorance that the spears are not potent enough to chuck at me today. Not tonight. So there you go. 100%. Sisyphus says, you just said gooses, and you're giving me crap about English? I corrected myself, and I continue to say gooses because I am self-aware. I'm self-aware. So I can do that thing. I'm allowed. I'm absolutely loud. Solangle says, it's a coup. We're trying to take a last match's joy and make it our own. I know. I see what you're trying to do, and it's not working. Not today. He wants to take Bill Watterson. He wants to talk Bill Watterson. We want to depress him with Jean Van Hammer. That's mean. That's very mean. Link says this stream should be titled "The Importance of Reading Your Chat." Well, as you said that, we have I know that's Prime. Prime. He's in charge of the Unin Prime gaming panel. He says, "What I missed? You missed all the spears being chucked at me, but I diffused it with agape. Agape. Shout out to Prime. Me and Prime in real life, we're brothers now because once I meet you in real life and we have adventures together, we ain't just internet acquaintances, whatever. We friends. I have very few that I call friends, and Prime is one of them. So shout out to Prime Thor. Slip it, put in your channel, whatever. I don't care if it was my career, just do it, whatever. Anyway, Link says literally nothing. Ein. That's Prime, Link. That's Prime. I didn't Ein. Even KSS credited you. That's Prime. That's Prime Thor. So I don't know why he. Well, I mean, yeah, that's Prime Thor because Ein has his own account, and you'll see it on the chat. You'll see that says Einbrecht or something, or Canis or something, or whatever uh, flavor of the day he feels. But you'll recognize him. It's hard not to recognize Einbrecht, or as I call him, Einel, because I can do that. Yes, Aubrey, one half of the fact circle has arrived. This is true. Yes, absolutely. Because they shared a bed at Heroes God. No, Manty, we didn't share a bed. He had his own bed. I had my bed. Stop spreading fake news. Stop spreading it. Prime says, "Do you want me to get a big black to take said spears behind his back?" No, because we dodged a bullet that time. Prime, we don't want to repeat history and try to. Uh, we don't want the odds to go against us this time. The fate was on our side that day. Let us not tempt it. No, Colorform, we're not friends. You threw a table at me. That happened. You threw a table at me, Colorform. We're not friends. You're my enemy, and I don't call the FBI on you because you actually elicited violent, terroristic activities at me. That's verifiable. And don't tell people about your hamburger because I ain't gonna fly. You threw a table at me. That happened. My life was threatened that day, and I escaped it with my cookies intact. So I'm a survivor. I'm a warrior and a survivor of your terroristic activities. Colorform. So that's good. Absolutely good. People think Lazmat is Prime's lispy Puerto Rican daddy. I'm not Puerto Rican, KSS. Stop calling me Puerto Rican. Stop it. People are gonna put that out there, and that's gonna be hard for me to diffuse it. You're making life hard for me, Kissy. Just stop it. I'm still happy. I'm still productive. I am still full of agape. I have life and spirit in me. You people cannot diffuse it. You could try, but you can't. See, Prime is given the truth. He says that we had an apartment flat with locked doors. By the way, when you open the door of that apartment, it sounds like a white girl screaming for her life every time. I felt like I was saying, "I'm sorry," every time I open the door. I open the door and I hear, I'm sorry. It's like a white girl being ravished. And considering where we were at, it probably did happen somewhere in the second or fifth floor. But I'm just saying, it just felt like every time you open the door and you hear that shriek, I'm like, I'm sorry. So he got us an apartment with a apartment. It felt like an apartment because I had a kitchen, three bedrooms, and a living room set. So it felt like an apartment. Um, but no, he had his own bedroom. I had mine. No continental breakfast, though. He's right. We didn't have continental breakfast. That's the only sin he committed was he got us a space with no continental breakfast. I said next time get continental breakfast, and we're good. Okay, we're good. I paid twice for Waffle House to a piece. I paid one of your meals though. I paid for one of your meals. Waffle House was good though. I do like Waffle House, and we had some good service the first night. Second night, waitress was kind, but she was a little behind on some things, and other than that, no issues with Waffle House. I like Waffle House. I absolutely love Waffle House. You don't want room service walking in when you get nasty Prime. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I'm not going to validate the comment any further because that was sick of you, Manticore. You should be ashamed of yourself. 100% ashamed of yourself. But overall, I enjoyed the experience at Charlotte, and it was also good seeing Prime coming into his own and commanding conversations and meeting the very people that he got to see on stream. So it was good. I felt good for him. I felt very what's the word? I felt edified for him. I'm one of those guys that enjoys seeing people edify. I find enjoyment through them and what have you. So that was good.
For some people,
That's not a bad point.
keep it simple.
I felt happy for yes, I felt happy for him. I felt pleased. Can I say please? Please aloud. Can I say please? Okay, we'll say please. I was pleased for Prime. Um, Prime says technically the door was echoing the sounds of.
Please, that context.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I was happy for Prime. Okay, technically the door was echoing the sounds of women who made only fannies. No, that's not like an assault. That door when you open it, it's not like an assault was happening. That was not the sound of joy. from the OF site. That was clearly the sound of a woman getting ravished and violated. Okay, so KSS is alive, man. So small, he kept going into the closet thinking bit was his bed. I'm reading exactly how you typed it, KSS, so don't get mad at me. I'm reading it exactly as you typed it. Alas, so small, he kept going into the closet thinking bit was his bedroom. Guests could hear Prime yelling, "Damn it! Would you just come out of the closet, Elasman?" Here. You know what's funny about that comment, kids? I bet you kids took 5 minutes to write it out, first read it, still getting a word wrong, and put it out there thinking, I created something memorable and it's gonna stick. And guess what? I have clout now. No, you don't. You think you do, but you don't. Absolutely not. Okay, Manti, we get it, Manti. We get it. Hey guys, I'm edgy. I'm very edgy. Yes, I'm gonna take what Lazmat said and I'm gonna twist it because I'm edge lord. I am edge lord. No, you're not edge lord. You are edge clown. You're edge clown, Manti. You're edge clown. It's about time someone told you that. I'll be the first to tell you that. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Legacy. Legacy is a great thing if you're a comic creator. It's an awesome thing because you can't buy that with immediate validation. It comes through hard work over the years, through uh, significant marketing, smart marketing, and not being an asshole to people. Now, I got 2 or 3 correct on that one, so I'm working on the third one. I'll guess which one it needs work on. But yeah, I think I'm doing the thing, and I'm taking everything I said from these past indie comic outlier streams about how these indie comic creators, like the guys that we talked about, how they went to their local communities and build their fan base that way, and it grew. So I'm doing that, and between Lehigh Valley Comic Con and the Jersey Shore Comic Con, I'm making some pretty good sales. I didn't think I would, but I am. It's been great. It's been so much more rewarding. Can I say I can say rewarding, right? That's not a big word, right? Okay, she didn't say that, so that is a confirmation that it's I can see that. It's been rewarding to be successful at these cons and getting books off my table and selling them, so it's been great. Okay, Prime says I had Phil Diaz and others fascinated with whips. Hashtag let it happen. He did. Yeah, the whole table was just looking at him as he was sharing stories about the whips he was making. I was totally fascinated by it too. Like I was like not fascinated by the story, but fascinated by the fact that he had them in the palm of his hands. So, oh. But I think I said what I had to say about Legacy. There's not much I can really say. You guys know the deal. I go to the Ripperverse Discord, for example, and by the way, the criticism about his books is way overblown. Some of them aren't good, but some of them are pretty good and solid. So it's like I don't buy into this whole thing anymore about they're all shit. Like no, unless you've actually read them and have a legitimate gripe, critical gripe about them, I'm gonna just assume you're going with the pack. But you go to that Discord and all they do is talk about these characters, talk about the stories and the books. I'm like, I want that for myself. I want a Discord where they just talk about Road Warrior Drake, not put racist memes in my name, but actually talk about my books and my characters. So I'm getting there. I'm not there yet, but I have a Discord open. They're still putting racist shit against me, but I'll fix that soon. Very soon, I'll fix it. 100%. We got Emma Wackass confirming Prime story about that. That was wild. Yes, yes. Emma Wackass was at the table at the hibachi place. Red Ginger. Very fascinated about Prime story. That was a sight to see for sure. 100%. Um, but yes, come next week, I will definitely have some great stuff to show you regarding the books that I'm printing and books that are going to go out to my backers. I'm looking forward to that as I continue working. Oh, and I've been drawing. I did one drawing that I did Pumpkin War Patch at Heroes Con. This is for issue 3. I haven't decided the context of where it'll go, but um, I love drawing pen to paper. So this is going to go on issue 3. Haven't figured out which page yet, but yeah, it'll be there. And then one page that I did for Beast, not Beast System, Battle King Road Warrior Drake. I think this will be the splash page for the first page. There is Road Warrior Drake in his kingly garment with his soldiers, aka Men at Arms, including one of the characters, Equisteed, who was introduced in Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake, and some new characters that'll be introduced. A whole slew of new, unique characters that I'm going to be introducing in this book, Battle King Road Warrior Drake. First page here. Yeah, I drew this page at Heroes Con. Where I'm talking about the page I did for Pumpkin War Patch. This was doing. I drew this at Heroes Con while I was sitting in the chair being inspired and shit. Um, and then this page here was for Battle King Road Warrior Drake. So I already have this scanned in, so I just got to color it, re-ink some spots. I'm sure some spots gotta get re-inked, and then I'll have a page for the first page for Battle King Road Warrior Drake. I'll be working on this and the next few issues of Pumpkin War Patch. Um, I love drawing to paper, hand to paper. I love it. I think 60% of B Citizen Road Warrior Drake was digital, and 40% was hand to paper. I'm gonna be doing more hand to paper. In terms, I'm talking in terms of like pencil and ink. The coloring is all digital, but 60% was of the pen to paper was digital in B Citizen Road Warrior Drake. So B Citizen Road Warrior Drake. Words are hard. Road Warrior Drake. Words are hard. There we go. Okay. Um, that's gonna be the last one's new back tattoos. As KA says, which one? Pumpkin War Patch or Road Warrior Drake? You tell me. Uh, Solenko says the drawing is great, but why is it bigger than Elasma's entire body? You really need to stop that shit right now. I'm real size. I'm a man size person. I'm a normal hand size person. I'm not a midget. I can verify that. Definitely not a midget. Um, KSS says when Elasma draws, he sticks to the tip of his tongue to the side of his mouth. It's weird. You know what's weird, KSS? It's weird that you noticed that. You were staring at my mouth. Why? Why were you staring at my mouth, Kizzy? Why were you staring at it? What were you hoping to gain by staring at my mouth? You're a sick man. You're a sick man, Kizzy. By the way, so you're saying Pumpkin War Patch will be my back tattoo. Is that what you're saying? So this will be my back tattoo. That's what he's saying. He's saying this is going to be my back tattoo. I don't know, maybe. I mean, I like this so much that I don't know. I really like how this came out. And when I color it, it'll be even more fun. This will probably be maybe the last page, or maybe like a little, like a PSA, and Masters of the Universe style. So I may do that. I may do a PSA or something, like a little parody PSA, because why not? It'll be fun, right? I think so. Um, yes, I'm a real sized man, Slingle. I really am. Wait, I walk on the page, dragging the pencil to complete my drawings. So now you're chucking spears at me too, Slingle? You're chucking spears at me now. At me. Now you're chucking spears at me. That's uncalled for. That's 100% uncalled for. That was not necessary. I treated you as a friend, nay, a brother, and hit me with a spear and chucked it at me. But it's okay, Slingle. Because if I didn't give it to you already, I'll give it to you. Anyway, I give you agape. You've been agape. Now receive it. It's yours. Um, it's the only part of your head that's not fucked up, says Manticore. What part of my head? My mouth? You're sick. You're a sick man. I like a lot. Think about this. There is a moment in time. It's a part of the world where God, like Manticore, is saying, or no, not Manticore. Yes, Manticore. There's a guy on this planet who says, Elasmat's mouth is not fucked up. Why are you looking at my mouth? What's wrong with you? But thank you for saying that, Sluggle. Yeah, I'm glad you like the drawing. I had fun drawing. I like the inking part of it. I like drawing each individual leaf and playing with the thickness of the lines. It was fun. I enjoy draw. I love drawing, and I don't care if people say you don't like my drawing. I don't care. I like drawing. I love it. I love drawing it. So if it gives you great happiness to hate on me, go ahead. But I just like drawing, so I don't know. Get help. I don't know. Anyway, so I am not 5'6" whack. I'm 5'7". Wait, no. Oh, okay, hold on. That's fake news. I'm five. I'm five. I'll get the fucking what do you call it? The measure stick. I'll get the fucking measure stick. I'll prove to everybody I'm 5'7". I'm 5'7". I am 67 inches tall. I can prove that. That's funny, Manty. That's really funny. I noticed it because you're constantly running it. That's why. Manty, for you too. I am not 5'6", kissy. 5'7". I'll get the measuring stick and I'll show you people. I will show you people once and for all. I am 5'7". No color form. No, I told you nothing. Nothing. 5'7". And Lady Sharpman, here's the strain in my throat. So she's being a dear and bringing me a bottle of water because she knows I need it. Thank you, love. Thank you for the bottle of water because people have me all worked up and trying to destroy my happiness, and they hate that I'm happy. It's okay though. You know why? Huh? Why are you trying to destroy me? Why? Oh, don't, no. Oh, they try to hurt my Lady Shadowban. Oh, it's gonna be bloodshed. I'm gonna call the FBI on you people. It's gonna be bloodshed. You watch.
Really? You're just gonna call the FBI?
They don't. You can't mess with the.
They approve of bloodshed, so it's one or the other.
Okay, so
Bloodshed or FBI.
meet me in the back alley, and I will shed blood, and I'll come out a winner, and I will be victorious, and my ignorance will grow even more. My ignorance will grow even more. You watch. Lord Van Zinker says, I do love drawing, but I tend to enjoy and be more good at penciling, the penciling aspect of drawing. As for inking, it's not my strong suit. I know some people just like drawing with pencil and don't really like ink. I've noticed there's people that just want to do penciling, and some of them that just do ink. I just do both because I want it all be. Even if the line art is not to your liking, I just like doing it all on my own. So there's blood on the dance floor, says Zayd Comics. Shout out to Zayd Comics, who has made it possible for me to get Pumpkin War Patch, the physical copies, into y'all's hands. Yes, a deal has been made, and it's gonna happen. So um, that's the power of collaboration, business, healthy business, and getting things done. So
Please tell Manticore that he is wrong because I am 5'3" and you're taller.
Lady Shadowman wants me to correct Bandicore. She says you are wrong because she's 5'3" and I'm taller than her. So there you go. There you go. More lies refuted. I have fun refuting y'all's lies. Meet you in the back alley. Who are you, EBS? No, Kansas. I didn't say in the back of a pizzeria. I was clear with my words. Very clear with my words. I said it thoroughly, clearly in the back alley somewhere. I didn't say a pizzeria. So got you there. Can't get one on me. You can't get one on me. Absolutely not. So that's a roll. How is it possible that I got okay? We've been over at 20 live viewers. We're at 22 right now. We were at 25, the highest. Yeah, hit that like button. Absolutely. Um, it's it's either still Thursday or I don't know. Maybe people just like this talk. Well, that's good for me. That's excellent for me. That's how I like it. That's how I roll. And KSS is continually putting on the link for The Man with No Strings, the third book in the series by Z Comics, because I don't have a book to sell yet. But when I do, and that'll be next week, once that Amazon goes live, that Amazon order for the anniversary edition of Street Champion Road Warrior Drake, I'll start making money that way, and you'll all be pushing the link because I'm good that way. I gotta hurry up and draw at least 10 or some more pages of Pumpkin War Patch issue 3, and then I'll put the Kickstarter for that one. Because now that we can do physicals, I don't have to worry about. I mean, those of you that backed issues 1 and 2, I'm still gonna give you the free digital of issue 3. You'll still get the issue 3 for free, but I'm going to now be able to do crowdfund issue number 3 now because I'll have a physical. So that's gonna be great. Looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to putting it together and putting the pages together. So that'll be a lot of fun. Lots and lots of fun. Glenco says, let's not fight at a pizzeria. We might see things we don't want to see. That's a good point. That's a good point. Excellent point. Anyway, Cass says, we're at 23 viewers. 25 is the highest. Look at you bragging, Elasma. You know I'm a pretty decent show producer. Just saying, that's true. Cass says, does produce a good show. He's got the newscast among his resumes, so that is a good point. It's an excellent good point there. Yes, that means I have what is 1/8 of because if 25 is 1/4 of 100, and that would be 1/8 of 200. So what would be the percentage of that? Would that be 25%? No, that wouldn't be 25%. What's half of 25? Okay, 12%. I have 12% of Raptorical's audience. Think about that. I am 12% of Raptor's audience. I am double digits in his percentage of audience. I am ignorant. Full ignorance. Right there. You can't buy that. You have to earn it. I work for that. I have 12% of his audience. That's a good number to put on my campaign page. 12%. So 12%. Think about that. I am cusping at the heels. So my throat feels better, 100% better. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that I can talk normally now. And the blood has subsided, so no more scratching, no more raw skin hanging from the side of my throat. So, Carly's math is hard. Not as hard as reading. Words are harder than math. We've in the comic book space we have proven that words are harder than math. It's a thing. Oh, Andrew says I missed your compliment. What? Let me see. What was your compliment, Angela? Let me go back up. So as the chat went fast. What was your compliment, Angela? I didn't see your compliment. So you mind typing it up again for me, Angela, so that I may read the compliment and feel edified, or rather rewarded, because edified apparently is a big word in space. But I like to see your compliment because I like reading compliments because I can snip it and put it in as a blurb in something or other. I don't know anyway. Um uh, we have Matt Kevlar. Words are hard. Matt Kevlar LaRock, 5469. Matt Kevlar. Let me say it faster. Matt Kevlar LaRock. Matt Kevlar LaRock. There, I said it right. Hail live in the chat. Hail to you, my friend. I don't want to say your name again because it's hard, but hail to you. I will struggle reading the first time, but um, at least I said it. You can clip it and put it in your channel or something. I don't know. Anyway, I said you have pizzazz. I have pizzazz. That is true. Um, there was a movie back in 1987 called My Demon Lover with Scott Downtime. Yeah, I showed Lee Shadowman that for the first time a few months ago. Um, it's about a guy who's possessed by this demon. When he gets aroused, he becomes this creature, but he's not like violent or anything. He just gets horny. But in the movie, it's described that he's not possessed. He's possessed. He's possessed. He's a Pozzosky. And Angela's comment that kind of reminded me of that. When she says pizzazz, it reminded me of possessed. He's possessed. Pozzosky from My Demon Lover, 1987. Look it up. It's an interesting movie. You may like it, you may hate it, but it was a unique movie of its time. So yeah, there you go. It is now 9:40 on my end here. As Slangle says, let's fund a last some glasses. His job doesn't have insurance after a certain. You know what? You were so good until now, and then you don't have to do nothing. You don't do nothing for me. You don't got to do nothing. I got glasses. See, look, I have glasses. See, and the sad thing is, I put them on, and it's like you people would like under normal circumstances, you wouldn't hit me. You wouldn't chuck your spears at me because I have glasses. But some of you would. You see a man with glasses, and it don't stop you from being assaulting to them. You become Muslim, and you start hurting them, and burning them, throwing acid at them. But that's how you people are. So me wearing glasses ain't gonna protect me. It's just gonna get you all to chuck spears at me. So not a shield at all. It's more of a target for me. And I feel bad for all the people in this area in our life with glasses because they're not safe from the likes of you. Staples is cutting benefits too. I don't work at Staples, Gifford. I don't work at Staples. Fake news. I don't work at Staples. Never had, never will. Well, maybe someday, but yeah, not today. Never have. And I guarantee if I work there, I ain't getting fired. I ain't getting fired. I'll become the manager. As a matter of fact, if I work at Staples, I'll become the manager. In a few months, I'll be running that place. I'll have policies in place. We're gonna run that place. We're gonna put some stores out of business, and we're gonna eat up the stores, and we're gonna grow an empire. And guess what? I'm gonna remember the day that Kissy said I got fired. I mean, no, Kissy, I didn't get fired. I got promoted. Promoted, and I run the place now. I don't need to steal Staples. I just get it from the shelf, and I run the place, and it's mine, and you can't stop me. And I see people in the chat debating whether math is hard or reading is hard. That's so pathetic. Well, you know what? In this way, some people math is hard because some books didn't get put out there. So You know, there's a certain book that was supposed to come out this month that hasn't come out. So it's a very interesting time to be a bagger getting screwed out of your money. Uh, books that are, but then again, you were warned. You were warned. That's all I'll say. You were warned. Um, so I don't really feel bad for you because you were warned. You just chose not to listen. The last night got fired for stealing Staples, not from Staples. Okay, see, Kizzy, you can't get your story straight. Did I work at Staples or did I just steal Staples? Which is it? Because it went from I got fired on Christmas Day for working at Staples, from stealing Staples to he just stole Staples. He didn't work at Staples. Which is it? Your story's mixed up now. Get your story correct. This is why I put a hole in it and I confirm that you're putting fake news and slander at me. Because now we just confirmed you didn't get your story straight. Not straight. I'll be like Franco. I'll be going to golfing with my boss and not get my raise. I'll be that guy. That's right. That's a success story. A real success story. That's gonna be me. This is honestly put that out there, right? Put it out there. Try to slander me with that, right? You won't do that because any story that makes me out to be a success story is against you, Kissy. It's beneath you. That's okay. It's okay. I've given it to you earlier, but I'll give it to you again. I can only agape you, Kissy. So you're agape. Receive it and lump it. There you go. More water for me. Mm. Ooh, wait. Okay. 100%. Yes. When I was a little kid, did okay, let me read it the way he wrote it so that way he won't think I made shit up. So Kismet says, Lazmat, when you were a little kid, did your mom take you to the Kmart cafeteria to enjoy their excellent chocolate pudding and grilled cheese sandwich? Don't lie. My mom never took me to Kmart. We never went further. When I was growing up with my mom, we didn't go further than our town limits. Okay, so for me, it was Genevieve's, it was Woolworth, our local toy store, which was at the time called Entertainment Tonight, had some awesome toys. It also had was next right next to a video store. That's awesome too. Um, good movies too. Movies that you couldn't find in Blockbuster later. We're talking like the 80s horror slasher and some of the Italian stuff that Blockbuster didn't carry years later. That's what we're talking about. So in that vicinity, we had everything we needed. Why did we go to Kmart? We didn't have to. Everything was there. Especially we would go 1 mile away and we go to the Play World. Remember Play World? You guys remember Play World with the happy face insignia? Play World was like Toys R Us. It was like the competitor for Toys R Us. And then Play World went out of business. And then there was KB Toy Stores. They were the competitor to Toys R Us for a little while. Then they went out of business, and then Toys R Us went out of business. And that'd be an interesting story to tell. But that's what happens when you stock up on toys that nobody wants. You go out of business. So if you're gonna run a toy store, it's good to sell toys that kids actually want. Anyway, Mazepin says not only does the last man have the agape at his disposal, that's true, but he also has the glasses which helps him see the spears coming from a mile away. My brother in color is fashionable, not functional. Oh, no, but functional. Fashionable, but functional. Yes, this is why Mazepin is my top lieutenant. He sees it all. He puts on his glasses and he sees the reality, and he calls it like it is. You guys can learn from Mazepin. He's got the pill of knowledge. Here's this Woolworth. I got Tomax and Zana there. I got Tomax and Zarnat there. Oh, you got your meds, yes. For those that don't know, Woolworth was a lot like Genevieve's kind of. It was Genevieve. What is it though? Two stores that are pretty much product of history, but Woolworth was a mixture of like a pharmacy, clothing, and some Hong Kong made toys and shit like that. And then they got bought out and became Foot Locker. So Foot Locker used to be Woolworth, but the owner of Foot Locker bought it out and they turned it to Foot Locker. So that's the legacy of Woolworth. And then Genevieve's became CVS. CVS bought out a lot of the Genevieve locations and absorbed them, and they became CVS, or they were just outright shut down. Wow, that's a blast in the past. Holy crap. I can't believe that. I never thought I would be in a live stream talking about Woolworth and Genevieve's, but here I am. Great Golems. There was also Children's Palace. I remember Children's Palace. Yeah, yeah. That was a short-lived store. I think I went in there one time. I believe. Select goes, Dollar General busy murdering my local stores in my town with tub thumping glee. No more cool toys. Yeah, the Dollar Tree store, they sell shitty toys. Like, again, like back when Genevieve's and Woolworth were active, like they had like bootleg Hong Kong made toys, but they were still cool. Like you could get a cheap bootleg toy, but it was still quality. Now you go to like Dollar Tree and the toys are shit. They're not fun. But they cost $1, so what do you expect for $1? But Canada says Thomas, Tomax, and Zarmaz, the Cobra Evil twin brothers from G.I. Joe. Oh, so they were in medicine. Okay, so you bought G.I. Joe figures from Woolworth. Yes. Yes. Those were the days. Wow. If you didn't see G.I. Joe, you would see Transformers. Damn, this is taking me back. No, this is the 40th anniversary of Transformers the movie. For a lot of kids, it was the 40th anniversary of the night they got traumatized, seeing their favorite characters murdered in cold blood. Um, and your toys went obsolete after that. But those same characters you could find at Woolworth or Genevieve's. I think I bought one of the Constructicons at Genevieve's one time when I was a boy. I bought I don't know which Constructicon I bought, but it was cool just to have a Transformer, and then you got to play with the insignia. It was awesome. Memories. Is Kids R Us still a thing? Asked Gifford. No, I think that they went out of business along with Toys R Us. That's complete. Although the last I heard was the name itself is still like active. It's still like it's still they still have the copyright to it, and there was discussions of bringing it back. But here's the thing: if they bring back Toys R Us, to me it'd be kind of like redundant because it, this is the truth. All Toys R Us was one section was like the action figures, and then you have the sports items, and then you got the bike section, and the rest was all clothing. It was like front to back was all toys. That was not what Toys R Us was. One section was toys, one section was sports items, one section was books, and the rest was all clothing. I just described to you Walmart. That's Walmart. Hey, so if Toys R Us opens up, you're just getting an expanded Walmart. That's all it is. So I think the nostalgia for Toys R Us is clouding people with what it really was. They went out of business for a reason. Let's be honest. As much as I miss Toys R Us, they went out of business for a reason. You could go to Walmart, Target, and there's your Toys R Us right there. Problem solved. Um, Woolworth are still a thing in Australia, says Sovereign Manticore. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Hasbro brutality. Yeah, that's what I think caused Toys R Us to go out of business. Was the overstock in Hasbro's Star Wars toys and items that nobody wanted, and it killed them. So I think it's only online now for Kids R Us. That's Carl D. It's possible. That's what I'm saying. Like the name itself is still in the active trademark. So yeah, it could be they have an online store now, which is financially makes sense. I don't think opening up a Toys R Us physically is going to help them. Again, like I said, all it is now is just Walmart and Target. If you combine those two together, that's Toys R Us. That's it. I'll fight you on that. Yeah, it says I remember when walking into the toy store after school with my friends and buying a bunch of muscle and guts figures. I remember the muscle figures. I had a few of those myself. They were cool to have in the little plastic trash can looking container. It was awesome. This was back when parents didn't know where the hell their kids were until dinner. Yeah, back when they were trusting of their kid. My mom was never trusting of me. I was never allowed to leave her sight as a kid. I was always boxed in. But I played with my dinosaur figures. Those were cool. My limited Transformer figures. She didn't get me G.I. Joe because she thought that the G.I. Joe cartoons were violent for me, which is insane because it wasn't. Nobody really died in the G.I. Joe cartoons yet. We were having Transformers getting killed left and right. But anyway, Slanko says Toys R Us wasn't great. The local hobby stores still have fairly awesome stuff. When I was growing up as a boy in my local town, the local toy store had some excellent toys. A mom and pop shop would have Voltron, have unlimited supply of Transformer figures, have some Japanese imports. It was dope as shit. And my mom take me there often. I got nothing out of there. She would not buy me. That's how poor we were. We were even as a boy. I was a poor. I see that awesome Voltron and box figure, and we didn't get it. I didn't get the Transformer figures that I wanted. I don't even know why she took me to the store. I think she did because she wanted to punish me by saying, "You see that? toy there, my dear, you're not going to get it. I'm not going to buy it for you. Okay? You're not going to get the toy. I'm not going to buy it for you. And then you go. He's good. He's good because you're not going to buy you nothing. So, yeah, I think that's what she did. She really wanted to hurt me and really stick it to me. Why am I off camera, you're asking? Well, I'm going to show you guys with a little patience and perseverance, you know, you may not have that Voltron set then, but you'll have it now. Yes, even though this is like an anniversary edition, but still, the figures are still pretty cool. Um, Although the orange lion, his side flaps don't open up, which kind of sucks. But hold on, opening up. There we go. So, but yeah, isn't this cool? Like, imagine as a kid when you got the Voltron set and you see like the individual lines and the weapons, and like that was like the jackpot. As a kid, this was a jackpot item to have. Totally, um, it's cool to have. So, but yeah, like I said, like for some reason the the yellow line, the side flaps don't open. When I saw that, I was like, yes, that kind of sucks. But everything else is cool though. Like this is still awesome to have. And I'm dropping my paper towel, but yeah, you could be a kid, you see this at your local toy store, and you couldn't get it. That was like deflating for me, 100%. Did I get Omega Supreme? No, but I have Metroplex here somewhere, but I never got Omega Supreme. Okay, Kansas wants to show the Voltron. You guys want me to show the Voltron? You want me to take it out? I don't know. You know what? If I get a super chat, I'll take out the Voltron. I need a super chat. So you super chat me, and I'll take out the Voltron, and I'll assemble it on screen, and we will have a Voltron assembled on screen for you people. So you let me know. You let me know because I'm not taking this out for anybody just yet. This is a cool Voltron diecast too. This is actually diecast. It's awesome. I think it's diecast. Yeah, I think it's yeah. The metallic parts are diecast. So yeah. So when did this come out? This isn't the original. This is the 30th anniversary collector sets. So this is from 19. This is from 30 years. 2014. This is from 2014. Because Voltron came out in 1984. So 30 years from 1984 will be 2014. So this is the 2014 reissue of the original figure. So yeah. So this is awesome. So I will see if people want me to play with it on screen. I'll assemble it together, and then we'll have a fully assembled classic Voltron figure. Okay, so I have to pay for you to play. No, you can't take it with you. You can't take it with you. Have fun. Wait, you can't take it. I don't know what that means. That meant something, but I don't know. Anyway, does it have? See, okay, there you go. See, look. Okay, so we got a $2 super chat from Earwig. Earwig is mad love. Show the Volty Lord Crackers. Okay, there we go. All right. See, it wasn't that hard. So here we go. So I'm gonna take them out of the package. I already did. So it's not like I'm. But anyway, here's the classic thing here. Okay, and the good thing about each figure, is they got their own little individual plastic. So here you go. Here you go. Here's a black line. So cool. Look at that. Look at that. Look how awesome this is. And yeah, I'll take them out of the plastic. Don't worry. But I just wanted to show you how they're all in their individual plastic. Look at this. See? Each individual plastic. And the star. Remember the star that he shot the Roe beast with? Which weren't Roe, they were actual creatures that he murdered in the actual Japanese cartoon. Yeah, in the original Japanese Voltron, people got murdered on there. So like when they try to pass it off in the American dub version, like they were just injured or whatever. No, in the actual Japanese version, they really were murdered. So if you ever seek out the original Go line, prepare to be what do they call it? Prepare to be traumatized because the violence is brutal in that show, and that's awesome. Okay, so here we go. So let me go take out the green line. There's the green line. There you go. Move the keyboard here. Here's the yellow line, which I told you guys, and his side flaps don't open up. I don't know. This is the only drawback to this figure is the side flaps don't open up. So that's the only drawback. But everything else is pretty cool. Here's the red lion. There we go. Here's the blue lion. There we go. Blue lion. And the black one. There we go. Okay. So now we have the black lion. So There you go. So um, now we're gonna go ahead and form Voltron. Here's the head of Voltron here. There you go. There's the head of Voltron. Okay. So let's see. I think the yellow is right. Okay. Riveting. Absolutely riveting. Thank you for hanging with me. Because this is riveting, and you know it is. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. There we go. One leg in place. Here's the blue. And put the second leg in place. There we go. Nice. There you go. So far, the two legs are in. There you go. Okay. The two legs in. Now we got to put in the arms. Let's see. Just making sure nothing important in the chat. Do you have it in humanoid to use as a road beast? No, I wish I had it in humanoids. Those were cool cartoons, but I don't have it in humanoids. Um, this one should have a peg. Here it is. Okay, yeah, this peg's on the side. There we go. So this goes in like this. There we go. Okay. Now the green one. He's got a peg. Their pegs are their dicks. That's just call it what it is. They use their dicks as pegs. Anyway, there we go. Let me put it in here. Please go in. Don't let me snap it. Don't snap. Please don't snap. Hold on. Let me make sure it goes in correctly. There we go. Okay, good. There you go. And now we put the wings up. Here's wing number one. Here's wing number two. And there you go. Here is Voltron. And yeah, this sucker's fairly heavy because some of it is die cast. But yeah, this is an awesome thing. I'll bring it down a little bit. Just a little bit because he's standing on some important piece of paper. Actually, no. Let me give him a sword. Hold on. He needs a sword. Okay. Where's the sword? Here it is. Okay. The blazing sword, as it's called in the cartoon. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Okay, so there you go. Here's Bolt. No, no, he fell. It fell. The sword fell. Hold on. I'll fix it. Okay. The sword fell. Okay, let me just bring it down a little bit so you guys can see it. There you go. Okay. And bring it right there. Boom. There we go. Okay. There you go. Here's Voltron in all his glory. Let me bring it back a little bit. So it's a little bit wobbly, but if you own the original toy, it was the same thing. He was kind of wobbly as a toy. I think they came out with other versions later on that were plasticky, more plastic, but they were more stable when you stood them up. Let's see. So no, I don't have it in humanoid, but I think I have. I mean, I don't got much space, but I think I could use my spider gremlin from Gremlins 2, and I could use this guy. But I mean, I have a lot of monsters that I can use. Heck, I could probably pair him with the Dragon Zord from Power Rangers, which is interesting because Power Rangers is a lot like Voltron, the same concept. Individual robots that become a giant robot. So you have Dragon Zord and Voltron together. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's see. So scroll down the chat. Carl D says he thinks there's gonna be a live action next year of Voltron. I don't have any faith in it, so I don't know. Netflix's Voltron is gay. Yeah, I disavow it. I don't bring back the original. Maybe do a whole new story with the original characters and make it closer to Goal Line. Because Voltron in the Japanese cartoon, Voltron was known as Goal Line, was a sentient being. In the American version, they really kind of downplayed Voltron's sentience, but he's actually a sentient being in the Japanese version. Let's see. So, Carl D says, I learned the other day there's actually four versions of Voltron. We didn't get one, it was called something else. That was I know what you're talking about. So Voltron 1 was Goal Line. Voltron 2 was Dairuger, which is the vehicle Voltron in the American version, but in Japan it was called Dairuger. Voltron number 3, I believe, was what was Voltron 3? It was three like robots that became one. Forget what that one was called, but I know what you're talking about. That was Voltron 3. I don't remember the fourth Voltron. I may have had the diecast version of Ultron 3. I know I had the diecast version of Ultron 2 somewhere. I think I have it upstairs in the attic. I have to find out, but uh Master Pan is that Dragon Zord is awesome. Yeah, I love it. This is from Super 7. This is Super 7's Dragon Zord. Dragon Zord is one of those characters I wanted to get as a figure to complement my Godzilla collection, so it's pretty awesome to have it. The Japanese version is darker and better, says Ozzuker. Yeah, no, it was more violent. People legit were being torn to pieces in the Japanese version of Voltron. And the monsters he fought weren't real beasts. They were legit monsters. They were actual creatures that Voltron slaughtered when he fought them. It was a violent cartoon, very violent. But it was fun though, and it had a finality. Like Goal Line was just one season, and spoiler alert, King Zarkon and Lotor and Hagar, they all died. They were all killed towards the end of the show. But in the American version, it was dubbed in so that they could continue living, so that when when the studio that owned Voltron in the States, they commissioned a second season. They had a Korean company animate the second season. So all the characters that were killed off in season one came back in season two of Voltron, even though in the Japanese version they were already dead. So localization has always sucked. Subs better than dubs is Oscar. Yeah, for those that don't know, localization is when American or Western voice actors dub Japanese cartoons and dub in. They don't dub according to what they're actually saying in the Japanese version. They dub it according to what they want to put in there. So they put like, a little bit of propaganda, the message, so to speak, in the Japanese in the American versions. So you don't get the accurate translation. You just get more of a propagandized translation. So yeah, that's what that means. KI says Car Voltron, Ruger, was weird. They only played it on weekends when I was a kid. Yeah, same here. I only saw Ruger on weekends. That was kind of weird. But I enjoyed it because, it was just. I loved Mecha when I was a kid. Robot cartoons were always fun to look at. And it was just awesome seeing Ruger. Even more so knowing that it was considered Voltron, which even in the Japanese version it wasn't. But still, just seeing the Voltron name on that robot was fascinating. But regular Voltron was weekdays. Didn't Car Voltron have more characters too? It had more characters, more robots. I mean, more accessories to the final version of the robot. So yeah, it was. It was more of a complex cartoon. That's probably why they only had it on weekends because visually and as far as like the amount of characters that the Goal Line had, it was probably a more easier option to have this version playing weekdays as opposed to the Daruger version, which only played on weekends. But that was also when I started watching Transformers. Like I didn't see Transformers until like weekends. And then they started playing it weekdays. But first time I saw Transformers was on a weekend. And then one weekend when I was expecting to see Transformers, that's when they played Voltron. And I was fascinated by it. I was like, this is a weird cartoon. I kinda like it. Absolutely. Um Ozzy says Line Voltron better than Vehicle Voltron. I prefer Line Voltron. Yeah, I do. I prefer it. Vehicle Voltron. I have to watch Dairugo in its Japanese version to really appreciate it. Goal Line was I definitely appreciate Goal Line more in the Japanese version. I like seeing all the violence. I like the finality of it. I hated that Voltron was just killing or destroying real beasts when they were actual sentient creatures that he was slaughtering, because they were slaughtering innocents. I like to see Voltron do that. Kaz says I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch the Car Voltron. At some point, I will too. I have so much anime that I gotta catch up on, especially like the '80s stuff. I have to catch up on, but um, I guess one day I'll watch. I don't know if I'll watch Vehicle Voltron or watch Dairuger. Because knowing what I know now, I kind of get annoyed with the whole connection between Car Voltron and the Vehicle Voltron, and it annoys me a bit. Even though like when they hired ACOM Studios to do the crossover cartoon with the Vehicle Voltron and the Line Voltron, but in Japan it wasn't canonical. Sven is DED in Goal Line, isn't he? Yeah, Sven was killed in the American version. He was just injured, and they dubbed in a line where they say he had to go to a planet to heal. Well, in the Japanese version, he was killed. He was killed by King by the witch Hagar, and then the version of Sven that we see later in the season one of Voltron is actually his twin brother in Japan. So it was interesting that Japan created a character that looked like Sven and turned out to be his twin brother. In the American version, it was conveniently made that it was actually Sven who was healing in the planet that he was sent to after he got injured by Hagar. But yeah, in the Japanese version, he's DED. He's dead. They even show his funeral in that episode. It's dark as shit. But yeah. Tank Police is another show I have to watch. Hold on. Excuse me. Yeah, hold on. I gotta see this again. Sorry. One more time. No. Yes, no, yes, no. Okay. Yeah, same with Transformers. Japan has much more. Yeah, no, in Japan, G1 continued on with Headmasters and Master Force and Victory, and then Transformers Zone, and then the Return of Optimus, the Battle Stars in the manga. So yeah, G1 continued on up until the Transformers series rebooted with Beast Wars. So every year since '84, there has been a Transformers series. Even if it breaks from continuity or breaks from canon, there's always been a Transformers series. That's weird to think. From '84 to '91, you had shows that were even being produced in Japan, and then in '92 gave us Beast Wars in America. And then season one of Beast Wars came, and then the next two seasons of Beast Wars happened in Japan with Beast Wars Neo and Beast Wars the second, before Beast Wars season two and three came here in America. And then you had the Beast Wars animated movie in Japan, and then it rebooted with car robots. It's amazing. Like it's weird how every year there has been a new Transformer series. Cass is so behind. He's hell kind of sneezes that a lot, man. Do you always scream like a lady sneezing, seeing a spider when you sneeze? No, that's what the sound you're referring to is the sound that opening a door in the hotel that we were at in HeroesCon makes. That's the sound you heard. Mazinger C is better than Voltron, says Oscar. I haven't seen Mazinger C. I know people swear by it, so I don't know. I do. I'm fascinated by the mecha, the anime mecha from the early '80s. So I gotta check out Mazinger Z. There's actually a Korean anime called Defenders of Space. So here's your homework assignment. There's a Korean anime called Defenders of Space, made in 1984 in Korea. You can find it on YouTube for free, right? Defenders of Space. It has the first animated appearance of the Autobot Inferno. Before he was seen in Transformers, he was seen in a Korean animated movie called Defenders of Space. Look it up on YouTube. It's a it can be a troll. I enjoy it, but it's so badly dubbed, and some of the animation is kind of cheap because it was done in Korea. Korean anime '84 is pretty cheap, but it's a fun movie to watch, and it's good to see the first version of Inferno, the Autobot Inferno, in that movie. So go check it out. Carl says, "Yep," and ended in comics. He's talking about Transformers. Yeah, so there was a relationship between the anime and the comics in the Transformers canon that kept every single every year there was always a new Transformers series, book or whatever, just to sell the toys. Um, and then they went right into Armada, and then obviously Transformers Prime, and yeah, it's insane. We have decades of Transformers material to go back on. Lord Mazinger says, I've seen Mazinger Z, really good, and I used Mazinger as an influence for my nickname, Vinzinger. Oh, there you go. So Vinzinger, his name was inspired by Mazinger. That's nice lore. There we go. Awesome. Pokemon was awesome, says Oscar. It had a dark ending where the hero D Boy had to kill his whole family and ends up a vegetable. See, I never saw it. Now that I haven't seen it, now I have to know the ending before I see it. Thank you, Oscar, for ruining a good thing for me. Well, I don't know if it's good or not, but still, thank you for that. But yeah, that sounds like that's dark as shit. Sounds cool. Carly says, I thought that was a show with the Phantom in it. Um, to be fair, there's a lot of shows with Phantoms. I don't know what show you're talking about. Hmm, what show is that? Oh, okay, you okay. So he says, never mind, that's the Defenders of the Universe or something. Yeah, Defenders of Space is the anime I'm talking about. It's on YouTube for free. It was made in 1984. Has the first appearance of Autobot Inferno, who was known as the Phoenix King in that cartoon, in that anime movie. So look it up. If you got an hour and a half to kill, it can be a chore at times, but it's actually fun. And it's just interesting to watch. Admiral Wackass says, "Dope figures. Have a great night, all." Thanks for stopping by, Admiral. Good seeing you there. Let me put my Dragon's Word back in the spot. Who would have? If 8-year-old me saw this, he'd wet his pants to know that not only did I have Voltron, and not only did I have a cool library of and on this section here, you got some of my auto. Okay, I'm not doing that. That'll be a separate show. I'm just doing a quick, making a quick point that young me would have creamed knowing that I would one day have all these toys that I would only be able to see at the store and never get it as a kid at the time. So yeah, Japanese kid shows in the '80s were way more dope than the slop they push out now. Um, yeah, it's almost like the Japanese kids kind of were able to handle death and serious stuff better than Western kids. What do we know? Sound, Tomedy? There is sound. I see it. I see it. Um, yeah, no, I see. I see the thing playing. Hold on. Now I gotta find out. Hold better than Western kids. I'm just playing on. What do we know? Sound. There you go. Okay, yeah, confirmed. I have sound. Nice try, Tomedy. Nice try. I heard me. I heard me, Tomedy. That's why you're in the ban zone. See, now more so than ever, you're staying in the goddamn ban zone. Tomedy, stay there. For lying to me. You were muted briefly, says Kissifus. I don't know how brief I was. If there was a section where I probably didn't say anything and y'all thought I was muted. But no, it's working. It's working, Kissy. It's working. And that's what I gotta say about that. Holy crap, it's 10:13. It's 10:13. My throat is scratchy now, and I kind of want to watch a movie. So I think I'm gonna call it a stream because I do want to watch a movie. I'm gonna just chill, and I've been doing a lot of work today, so um, I'm gonna just head on out. But now, somebody watching the stream in the replay is gonna ask, "What does this have to do with Legacy?" Good point. Good question. What does it have to do with Legacy? Well, we are 40 years since its inception, and we're still talking about Ultron. We're still talking about Godzilla figure. We're talking about Transformers. These are IPs, characters that have stood the test of time. So, what does it got to do with indie comics? Well, again, Calvin and Hobbes. Boom. Right? Right? Yes. Cole's asking, is it over? Don't maybe keep on streaming. Watch Giant Robo OVAs. It rules. Yeah, Giant Robo in Japan uh, is what we know as GoBots here in the States. So yeah, that's a. I do want to check out those Giant Robo anime. Seems to be, although they don't have they don't have kids. They don't have Leader One and Psykill in those cartoons though, and there's a whole like rights issues with that and everything, and it's complicated when it came to GoBots now. Like Hasbro owns the name GoBots, but they don't own the characters, and the characters will never see a light of day for some reason. There's a whole kind of legalities with it. So while you may get some third party creations for Leader One, Psykill, and the rest of them, you won't see any officially licensed versions of those characters, even in cartoon format. So um, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go close the stream. You guys have a good night. Thanks for the chat. Thanks for stopping by, and look forward to more stuff coming. And next Monday will be the return of what do you call it? Monday Monster Moratorium. Yes, we're going to go back to doing Monday Monster Moratorium. So, and yes, I saw Tom Lee got banned for saying "Go Out suck." That was a good job, Kissy. Good job. I kind of like GoBots were my first Transformer mecha. My first figure I got from GoBots, I don't remember. Oh, I got a Leader One figure. That was fun. It took a couple years, so I got my Optimus Prime figure, but by that point, Leader One was very destroyed. So I never had a Leader 1, Optimus Prime, proper meetup. I suck.